Om Vaheguru. The topic for this video is who is Om? Most people in the spiritual world have heard of Om. Now, what I'm going to say is likely to be very controversial in today's world. And I still want to get the message out because what I am going to say um, is different from what is known and accepted at this time in this era of Kali Yuga. In today's now, Om is in the world is usually associated with Hindus or Hinduism, the religion of Hinduism. But Om is not only for Hindus. Om is what is known as Allah, Khuda, God, Vaheguru, Adonai, and so on in other, and spirit, and so on in other cultures and religions. Om is the supreme one, quote unquote, the supreme one, the supreme Lord. He is the one without the other, the one and the only. He is the creator of all what we see around us and even what we don't see. He's the creator of this cosmos and others which we don't even know about today. The scientists don't even know about today. Om is the creator of Vishnu, Shiv, Brahma, or Brahma is also known as Dharamraj. Most Hindus and Indians today believe, or you might have heard them say, that in Hinduism or in India there are a lot of gods and goddesses. And some people you might hear saying they're all the manifestations of the same God. They're just different forms of the same God. Now, this is not entirely true. Om, the God, is only one. There's no other. They are not different manifestations of Om. He is only one. What I give an example usually is, like in a company, in the corporate world, there is a CEO. He is responsible, he or she, whatever, is responsible for giving the company direction, leading the company in a particular way. But he does not really run the day-to-day affairs of the company. He just gives it direction. He, high level things he does, but he does not go into the details. He does not run the day-to-day affairs. For that, he hires vice presidents. There will be different departments. There will be vice presidents. Now, these vice presidents will have different functions, and these functions will be performed by and the day-to-day affairs of these departments will be run by these vice presidents. Some vice president will be senior than the others. There will be a senior most vice president. Now Vishnu is the senior most vice president in Om's company. Shiva is the next in line. Brahma or Dharamraj is the third one, third highest. There are millions of Devis and Devtas. There's no real word in English language to for Devis and Devtas, but for explanation, I will say Devis are the female deities, and they call gods, but they're not really god. They're like officers, very high officers, directors and managers of Om's company. Devtas are the male deities. Same, Vishnu, Shiv, and Brahma or Dharamraj are the three highest devtas or deities. The other commonly known deities in today's world in Hinduism are, Kal, uh, uh, Kali, Durga, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Naina Devi, and then there are some beads. Beads are lower category of devtas. Uh, they they are not called devtas really. They are little bit lower than devtas. Um, and Hanuman today is the most popular bead in Hinduism. Um, Now, Om is also not, you might have heard of Krishna, Rama, Guru Nanak, and uh, other names you might have heard, Buddha. All these four names I mentioned were enlightened souls. They were like you and me in their lifetimes as human beings. In their last lifetime, by doing selfless meditation over a period of several lifetimes, they became enlightened in the last lifetime we know their names from. In the last lifetime, when they died, any human being who is born and has to die, when they died, they were never born again after that. They were free and they went to live in God's permanent abode with God. We are all in God and God in us, all of us. But there is another really God's abode on the earth itself, and they went there. So Rama, Krishna, Guru Nanak, Buddha, and so many other enlightened masters, they are higher than the Devtas and Devis, higher than Vishnu also. Because they are what is known in Indian languages as Ishwar Koti. They are God-like, but they're not God really. They are the highest any human being could ever become, or they are enlightened. But they're still not God. God is God. Om is one without the other. There's no one else who's like Om. Even enlightened masters don't know everything about Om. There's so much out there. Only Om knows himself. Just wanted to get this message out, because in today's world there's a lot of confusion about Om. Who is really Om? So this is about Om. Please hear it with an open heart, and hopefully you did hear it with an open heart. Om Vaheguru.